Hello everyone and thank you for joining me. Today I am bringing out another fountain pen that I had for a while. I don't even remember when that was, to be honest. When I bought it. But back then they were still making the Pilot Con 50 converters, which came with this specific fountain pen. All I can say is that I had it for quite some time and used it quite often. The fountain pen is very clean and simple. I went for the blue accents version. Nowadays you can have versions in 4 solid colors, but when it was originally introduced, as far as I know, it only came in a demonstrated version, with the only difference being the accent colors that they used. The pen in itself is fairly small, almost pocket pen size. It comes with a very useful clip and a pull-push type cap that works very smooth and pleasant. A little bit on the small size for my hands once is uncapped, but perfect size once posted. It feels to me like this fountain pen was designed with the idea that you need to post it in order to properly enjoy it. And posting the pen is just as pleasant as capping it. It posts nice, deep and very secure. The nib and feed setup on the fountain pen is very similar with other models that Pilot has, like the Pilot 78G or the Metropolitan or Cocoon as it's also called, which is not a bad thing because from my experience this nib and feed setup is quite a nice one and I don't think I ever had any issues with it. The Prera that I have, it came with a medium nib, which was by choice at that point in time. Back then I used to write more than actually draw. Actually I wasn't drawing at all back then, and only now I get the chance to actually draw with it. So I hope it will perform okay and that the line that it will render will be perfect for what I need. But first let's see how this thing writes on Muji paper. The ink for today is a Pilot ink, more specifically it will be the Iroshizuku Shin-Ryoku. And that is because I do not have a blue ink from Iroshizuku, and the next color that I have and that will pair nicely with the blue accent is green. Or so I hope so. Will probably not work with the Scribble that I will be doing, but I'm committed to it and there's no turning back now. No issues during the filling. The converter actually seems to have very minimal air gap once it's filled, so from my experience this converter works quite very well, and personally I never understood the hate against it. I actually miss it and it would have been nice if Pilot still makes them. The nib feels a little bit dry on this Muji paper and this ink combo, but the feeling is mostly because of the nib grind I guess, or I assume, because the flow of the ink seems to be quite good even when moving my hand fairly fast. The reverse is a little bit more scratchy on this specific copy that I have, but still puts down a consistent line without destroying the paper. So from my perspective, very usable. Overall for writing, I think it's a pretty good experience and I have no issues with it. But if you prefer glass smooth nibs, maybe this might not be for you, or at least might need some work from you to get it to behave as you like it. The scribble for today was completely random. Started from the bottom of the page with some lines and slowly worked my way up into some sort of a bell or upside down cup. And things kind of evolved from there. In the end, I think I end up with some sort of a mushroom beast that it's been going to the gym recently and developed a very pumped-legged, but at the same time forgot to cut its hair and now it ended up with some weird hair doo-doo. I kind of like the results. The only part that I think I did screw up a little bit was the hair. Maybe I should have toned it down a little bit at some point in time, but unfortunately I just could not stop and well, it evolved into its own thing. And the more I was working on it, the more odd it was getting. Oh well, I guess I will own it and be happy with it. Overall though, not too bad composition wise, I would say. The part that I enjoyed the most was working on slowly building the values on the leg especially, and the claws that were digging in the earth or whatever surface he was sitting. A very odd fellow in the end. To be honest, once I realized I was working on some sort of a leg, it kind of became more of an exercise on trying to get some realistic body parts. I hope that slowly this will elevate my drawing and start doing some things a little bit more complex. Well, at least that's the plan, or that's what I hope. So we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. For now, I guess I will be enjoying these random odd drawings, and I'll probably be starting to throw some odd body parts here and there in them. As I was building the values, slowly it also became an exercise in trying to empty the fountain pen. So I have set my goal to stop drawing this piece only when I run out of ink. And that's exactly what I did. As a fun part, I ran out of ink just as I was trying to save that mess of a hair doo-doo. I guess it was never meant to happen, so it still ended up being just a mess. The flow was actually very good on this Fabriano paper. I like this ink for drawing. Very nice to build those values, and can get pretty dark in some parts, as you will probably see, or you already see. You have to wait a little bit for the ink to properly dry before coming with another layer on top of it. But as you see, you can actually build quite a lot of it on top of it, or on top of itself, I guess. I'm starting to think that Iroshizuku inks are very good for drawings. I don't think I have been disappointed by any one of them so far, at least not the inks that I'm owning from them. I guess this is maybe a clue that I need a blue ink from them as well. The Konpeki, I believe it was called, or at least it was one of the most favorite ones. Maybe it's time to get one and see how well it will work with my scribbles as well. The fountain pen worked out pretty good as well, really no complaints on it, even the reverse of the nib was perfect for my scribble today. I used it quite a lot, especially when I was trying to put the overall shape on the page at the beginning, or even later or towards the end when I was trying to get some random lines around the finished shape. It was a little bit scratchy, but it did not damage the paper as far as I could tell, so in my opinion everything worked out as good as it could have. So overall, I love it. I really have no issues recommending it as long as you can find it at a decent price. I notice sometimes the prices you find it at are extremely high. I remember I bought this fountain pen back way in the day for around 30 Canadian dollars, but now I see prices are around 80 Canadian dollars. I don't know if I would recommend it at that price, so what I would say is shop around until you find it at a more decent price, like maybe 40 Canadian dollars or something similar. Oh, and by the way, stay away from the version that Wingsung did. I did a mistake to buy like 4 of them some time ago, and I apologize for those that might like them and had a good experience with them. But from my experience, I don't know how else to say it, so I'll just say it. They are completely garbage. This is the only time when I can feel like I can safely say to ignore these Chinese copy because they are really that bad. Or at least the 4 versions that I have were that bad. Even the nib was utterly useless. When I get bad fountain pens, I try and save at least the nib from them. Usually the nib is fine. But even in this case, the nib was so bad. It was bending out of shape with the slightest pressure. They were completely unusable. I don't know what kind of metal they used in those nibs, but they were really that bad. So yeah, they went straight to trash. And that is a huge thing for me. I never, at least I don't remember, throwing a fountain pen into trash like that without at least saving some parts out of it. Anyway, with that kind of a sad ending and rant, I guess I'll stop here. And the conclusion is Pilot Prera, beautiful fountain pen in my opinion. I highly recommend it if you are interested. And stay away from the Winsung Chinese copy. Anyway, if you have any other comments or questions, as usual, leave them below and I will reply to them as soon as I get the chance. I wish you all the best and a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.